Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart. Of all the movies of all times that I've seen, my favorite movie is a John Wayne movie entitled True Grit. I love that movie. He's got that patch on his eyes, this gruff sort of fellow, and always getting in sideways with people. But there was one thing special about John Wayne, and that is that he had true grit. So, the question I have for everyone today taking a listen is this: do we need more true grit in our America today? I say yes. What do you think? It was President John Kennedy who said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but instead ask what you can do for your country." And that sounds good, but what is it that we must do? Well, there's a lot of talk today, but you don't hear very much this word, integrity. Webster's dictionary compares integrity to words like soundness or completeness or being undivided. It's a very powerful word. And in the old days, when a ship or building was strong and solid and dependable, it was said to be sound. And when something is sound, it can be counted on to stand firm no matter what. But look inside that word integrity. And what word do you find? That good word, grit. Now, a person with true grit is a person with enough guts and gumption, faith and sacrifice to stand firm no matter what. But what does our country ask of us today? I believe they ask for us to have integrity. And then there's this word truth. And some today are trying to tell us that there are no real truths, that there are no absolutes, there's nothing that's certain or firm. But our founding fathers knew the truth, and with God's help, they followed it. But take a look at this word truth, and inside this word truth is the word rut. So many today tell us that we are in a rut. They look at our old-fashioned ideals. They say we're following the old ways, the old ideals, the old moral principles and values that this nation was built upon. And they tell us we need to end that and start new. But nothing could be more wrong. I was recently speaking with a friend who told me an interesting story. He said that when he was a young boy, his dad set out to teach him how to drive. And as they carefully drove down the road, the father noticed that his son kept looking to the yellow stripes on the sides of the road, and that was the way he guided himself. And as long as he was inside those yellow stripes, he was okay. But as he did that, he continued to swerve from one side of the road to the other. And finally, his father stopped him and lovingly gave him this powerful advice. He said, "Son, as you go down the road, don't use those barriers along the roadside to be your boundaries." He said, "Instead, look ahead, go straight, fix on a point ahead, focus your eyes, and you won't have to worry about the boundaries to the outside. You'll always be going straight ahead." Wow, that's powerful. And he did. What is it that our country asks of us today? More grit. To realize that we are one nation under God. And without God's leadership, we will lose our way, our focus, our direction. I close today with these prophetic words from Abraham Lincoln. In the midst of the Civil War, he said this: "America will never be destroyed from the outside." He said, "If we falter and lose our freedom, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country." And folks, if you're like me and you love this America with all your heart, you got to realize you can't stand by on the sideline and not do your part. We have to quit asking what our country is somehow going to do for us, but instead be determined to find out what we must do to save our America. I'm Jerry Stewart. I would love it if you would give me some feedback. I would love it if you would subscribe to this YouTube podcast. I'm also over on Podbean and on the Republic podcast. And I travel around the country, talking to so many people. I do radio programs. And I would love to hear from you. And, well, we could maybe put our thoughts together and come up with a good plan for us to follow, a more powerful plan to save our America. God bless you. God bless America. See you next time. Bye-bye.